Hello kids, I'm so glad you're here because this is the space we get to learn about God. And our life app this month is responsibility. Let's read what it means together, okay? Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. See, when you're responsible, you show people that they can trust you. And I have a great lesson for you today, and it comes to us from the Gospel of Luke. And in it, Jesus is teaching people when we pick up our verse. And someone asks him to settle a disagreement he's been having with his brother about money. So let's read together what Jesus says in reply to this man's question. "Friend, who made me a judge or umpire between you?" Then he said to everyone, "Watch out. Be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has." That's Luke 12, verses 14 through 15. Well, Jesus wasn't done though. He went on to explain more by telling a parable at this point. And you might remember that parables are stories that Jesus told to illustrate a truth about God or about God's kingdom. So let's see what Jesus goes on to say, okay? Here we go. "A certain rich man's land produced a very large crop. He thought to himself, 'What should I do? I don't have any place to store my crops.'" Okay, so there was a rich man who had a large crop, which would have meant, grain or something else that grows in the ground. And this man had a lot of it, so much it wouldn't fit in his barn. So I'm thinking most of you don't really have crops. Maybe you have a garden, but that's kind of different. So I'm going to put this another way. Let's imagine my favorite candy is candy mints. I just love candy mints. So because candy mints are my favorite, I keep a jar of them by my desk at home. Now, let's say candy mints are also Pastor Tim's favorite candy. And I'm sure he would really love for me to share them, but this jar is mine. And this jar was given to me by my sister for Christmas, and she got them for me, so I should keep them for myself. Besides, I don't know. What if I run out? What if I need more later? I just don't think I have enough to share. Sorry, Pastor Tim. Now, let's imagine my birthday comes along. And when people ask me what I want for my birthday, do you know what I tell them? Candy mints! I want more. So when my birthday comes, I get a lot more candy mints. Look at these! Woo! Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, and what do you think is in this one? More candy mints! Put that in my jar. Oh, and I got even more. I'm going to need a bigger container. Okay, here, I got one right here. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Yes! Look at all that. You might be thinking, I have enough, right, that I could probably share with Pastor Tim. It's definitely something I could do. Is it something I should do? I might run out. I've got enough mints covered for the next couple of months, but is it enough for a year? And it was my birthday. Maybe I could share with Pastor Tim next time. But this time I think I should keep this. And look at it all. Look at how organized it is in all these different jars. I can take it easy, knowing my precious candy mints are safe. That was a concern for the man in the parable, what to do with all his extra grain, right? Let's pick up the story and see what Jesus told. And the rich man said, "This is what I'll do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones. I will store extra grain in them. I'll say to myself, 'You have plenty of grain stored away for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and have a good time.'" Yeah, that makes sense. What happened next? I wonder, did Jesus say about how smart the man is for taking good care of his stuff? Let's see how Jesus finishes the parable. God said to him, "You foolish man, tonight I will take your life away from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? That is how it will be for whoever stores things away for themselves, but is not rich in the sight of God." Oh. That's not what I thought Jesus was going to say. Maybe saving all of these candy mints for myself wasn't actually the best idea. Especially since I know Pastor Tim loves them. And he told me that every time he puts them on his click list order, the store is out. And now that I'm thinking about it, I've got a friend who would love me to share, but I've been way too busy thinking about myself to care about anyone else. And you know what? The truth is, these candy mints aren't going to last forever. Eventually, they're going to expire, and they won't be good for anyone. What a waste it would be to end up throwing them all in the garbage, right? What do you guys think I should do? Should I only worry about myself? Should I store up all these candy mints just for me? Or do you think maybe I should share? I think I should share, because that's what Jesus is saying in this parable. And you know what? I'm going to give this jar to Pastor Tim. I'm going to put it right on his desk later today. And you know what? I feel better already. Remember the guy at the beginning who asked Jesus to settle a disagreement between him and his brother? I don't know how he felt or how he responded to this parable, but I feel better about deciding to share my candy mints. And you know what, boys and girls, it's really not just about candy mints. We can share anything God has given us, like our time, our talents, our money, or the things we own. This parable makes it clear. If we are followers of Jesus, we have a responsibility to share what we have with other people. And that's our bottom line for this week. Let's say it together, okay? Share what you have. What does that look like for you? Well, maybe your mom's New Year's resolution was to clean out the freezer and pantry. So instead of playing video games or watching TV, you could share your time by helping your mom get started on the freezer. Or, I don't know, maybe you're really good at art and your cousin really wants you to do a paint picture like the one you did for your other cousin. And even though you have an epic art project going that will make your room amazing and you're super close to being done, you could put your own project on hold to share your talent with your cousin and paint a picture. And you know what? You can share your things. What do you have at home that you can share with someone in need? Maybe you have a gently worn coat that you don't need because you grew out of it or because you got a new one for Christmas. Talk to your grown-up about donating it. Just remember this, as followers of Jesus, we have a responsibility to share what we have with others. Let's end with our memory verse for the month, okay? Suppose you can be trusted with something very little. Then you can also be trusted with something very large. Luke 16:10. Well, now let's continue in worship and give thanks and praise for all the ways God has provided for us.